It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Inside, here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Dropping the hammer. That's why Embiid looks to get deep inside position.
Clark, we know what a great player Joel Embiid is. He was the 2023 MVP, and he was on that same road until he got injured last season.
Unfortunate to see the big fella Embiid deal with the injuries that he has throughout his career, even going back to his 1 year in college. It's unfortunate, but that has hampered what is a special talent in Embiid.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Out left to the wing. Here's Tatum, and it's sent back by O'Neal.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's good for two.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Tatum on the wing. Out to the wing. There's the three. O'Neal with the defensive effort. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Boy, nobody wants to get in his way when he's this deep. Watch out.
Thompson, left side. Plays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
First team foul. Substitution for Brooklyn.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Embiid with the steal. And now the pass break. Banchero with the ball. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Tatum, like most players, is best when he's aggressive and attacking the basket.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now, here's Banchero.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's James. Outside Tatum. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Tatum no good. Brooklyn with the ball. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
Outside Tatum. Back to Robertson. Puts up a deep three. He can't hit that time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Brooklyn leads by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And so it's Wilkins who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, he is quick off his feet and really stronger than he looks. Wilkins can burn you in that painted area.
Here's Gilmore, and James pulls it down.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now here's Tatum. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And you see, don't you, Clark, this steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, then he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Now here's Wilkins. Pass to Banchero. 6 on the shot clock. Drills the three-pointer.
He's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Here's George. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Number 1, Ahmed Thompson.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Duncan. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Excellent defensive instincts there from Duncan, turning defense into offense.
Here's Banchero. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
Powerful throwdown that time by Banchero. Big-time athleticism.
To the wing right side. Outside, George takes it inside. Brooklyn with the rebound. The kick out to Tatum. Pass to Banchero. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. It's Edwards on the wing. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
Just 3 to shoot. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Banchero. After the basket by Brooklyn. Tatum's shot is off. Outside, George. He takes it in. Rejected by Banchero. Here's Wilkins. No good with the layup. Brooklyn leading by 3. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Gilmore. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, you can't allow Gilmore that kind of positioning. I mean, once he gets it, he's throwing it down every time.
Wilkins bounce pass. Tatum a screen. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
The Brooklyn team.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Outside Tatum. To the paint. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
From the line. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Tatum way outside. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even.
So I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And Banchero, here we go.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score. And score often.
Robertson outside. Misses off the left iron. Brooklyn leading by 5. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Down low. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. It's intercepted. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Pippen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
There's the lob to Banchero. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Nice work by Banchero, making himself available for the alley-oop pass. He's developing great court awareness, taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Way to go, everyone. Let's hear it for you.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. To the inside. Pass to Gilmore. Thomas with it. Picked up by Robertson. Outside Thomas. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Robertson. Brooklyn trails by 3. And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. There's Anthony Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, I tell you what, once Edwards accelerates, I mean, he looks like he's playing at a different speed than those around him.
On the wing, James. Pass to Thompson. .30 seconds left in the third quarter. Brooklyn leading by 5. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Misses the 3. Outside Tatum. Robertson outside. Thompson surveying the floor. Here's Tatum. And Tatum hammers it home.
And, you know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Brooklyn leads by 3. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Brooklyn leading by 3. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Can't hit from in close. Thompson outside. Banchero outside. From about 16, the kick out to Wilkins. Thompson outside. Adebayo the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Banchero. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
And it's Banchero missing. Brooklyn trails by 3. On the wing, Thompson. Back to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Banchero. To the right side. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Brooklyn making a change here. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. And he begged his guys to get after it on the break. He said, let's keep up the tempo, guys. You know how dangerous we are on the break. Be confident with the ball. Take risks. Move it, guys.
Thank you, David. Brooklyn leading by 3. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Brooklyn. Here's Thompson. It's blocked by Shaq. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. Pass to Banchero. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Banchero's got the lead up to 7 now for Brooklyn. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Junior serving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
Second one is good. And both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
It's showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Robertson outside. Takes the 13-footer. Good on the jump shot. Robertson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What you love about Robertson is that he knows his strength on offense and plays to them with confidence.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Tatum.
And look at Tatum turning up the defensive intensity, outworking the shooter.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. 2 on the clock. And Dr. J slams it in.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
And here's O'Neal. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Count the basket. Now, here is Irving. With the drive. Good D by Thompson.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And Thompson throws it down. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. His three-pointers off the mark. And here's Robertson outside. Good! And now they trail by just 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Thompson for the triple. Rejected by Ben Carroll. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. It's stolen by Ben Carroll. And an intentional foul right there.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Ben Carroll. 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They trailed by 7. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
And so they foul intentionally.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Personal foul. Team is in the penalty. At the line.
It's the first that will push the lead to double digits.
2 shots.
And Embiid drops them both. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent. Hi, and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Moments away, it'll be Brooklyn going up against Columbus. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. So Brooklyn will get the first possession. Left side, Irving. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Irving's got the first points up on the board here for Brooklyn. Now here's Robertson. Pass to Reed. Now here's Turner. Back to Reed. No good on the shot. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instant.
Pocket two, and it's Banchero missing. Got a piece of it. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Turner. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
And a three-level score. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
And that one drops.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Embiid. And it's Reed pulling it down.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when he missed them.
Pass to Bird. Reed a screen. Oh, and the jam by Bird.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Hits it from three-point range.
That last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
Team foul. Julius Irving. First team foul. Checking in from the away team.
1:37 left to play in the first quarter. Loads it up for Siakam. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, nice timing on the alley-oop. This is the chemistry Siakam has with his teammates.
Banchero outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
The shot by Turner, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
O'Neal wide open. That three off the mark. the wing, Williams. And then Williams slams it in.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Shaq's shot is good.
It's a tall challenge trying to contain Shaq, especially when he's operating close to the basket. And that's rocking the rim. Give him 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensational. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is Williams. Just 5 on the clock. And again, it's Columbus.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Coming onto the floor for the away team. Rudy Gobert, Paul George, Walt Frazier.
Here's Irving. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line.
First team foul. At the line for your home team.
Free throw, good, Irving.
Stepping the line with 2 shots.
Both free throws, good for Irving.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
It's stolen by Banchero. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Columbus out in front, leading by just 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Columbus.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
Here's the drive.
Frazier. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. On the wing, Duncan. Puts the move on.
And look at Siakam outworking the offensive player, giving his all there to take away that shot.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Checking in for the away team.
It's stolen by Duncan.
Willis Reed.
Right side, Edwards. Edwards slashing in. It's hauled in by Frazier. Columbus leading by 4. Nobody near Williams. Bangs home the trifecta. Williams has got 7 points in the game.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Edwards. Nice D from Frazier. Pass to Reed. In the corner, George with it. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. George has got the lead up to 10 now for Columbus.
And this is what Ball George does. He looks for any opening on the floor to create opportunities for his team.
Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
It's Edwards on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. Columbus leading by 8. Down low. Here's Frazier. And the shot falls short this time. Brooklyn with the ball. George with the ball. Williams picks him up. The shot from 20 feet away. And it's Reed pulling it down. George looking around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 6 in the quarter.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
The kick out to Williams. Gobert the screen. Outside, George. Clock at 6. Mr. Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Team seconds. Checking in for your away team.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play.
Oh, yes! Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Pass to Reed. His 3-pointers off the mark. Brooklyn trails by 9. Here's George. Bird pulls it in. Unloads from 13. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Columbus ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back right after this. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Now Robertson. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Reed a screen. Robertson outside. Pass to Reed. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Columbus shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That free throw good from Reed. And both free throws good for Reed.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Here's Ball. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Robertson.
So much drive in this game. Ball wants to beat you and make you feel it.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Bird with the bucket.
This is just what Bird does. He makes shooting from range look easy.
Here's Irving. Ooh, what a slam! Oh my! What a slam!
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
No looking back. Ball knows once he starts moving, he's got to go all the way.
Pass to Bird. Screen by Siakam. From past the arc. And it's Bird missing. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Ball no good.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Robertson outside. On the wing, George. Three-pointer. Sinks the triple. George has got 12.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Siakam inside the three-point line. The wing jumper off target. Fires for three. Bird pulls it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
No good from Robertson. Brooklyn trails by 7. Here's George. And stolen by Siakam. There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Turner. Stolen away. George looking over the floor. And the foul called on Larry Bird. That'll be his second foul of the game.
15 seconds.
Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. These Ball brothers can block.
Takes it out to Siakam. Pass to Bird. Screen by Siakam. To the paint. Stolen by Duncan. It's Thomas outside. Rebound by Columbus.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And it's Bird missing. Brooklyn trails by 5. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. So it'll be LaMelo Ball shooting. That one on George. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. Morant outside. We've got 13 seconds left to the third. 6 to shoot. Shot by Williams. No good on the last second attempt there. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one.
33.
Columbus leads by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Brooklyn trails by 3. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Julius Erving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two. And clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Checking in from the away team, Miles Turner, Paul George, Oscar.
Bird left side. Pass to Turner. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Hard to stop Turner in close. As soon as he has prime positioning, he is going for the slam.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Read a screen. Here's Bird. Here he goes. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And Columbus leads by 3.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Puts one up from 19. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Julius Erving.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite-level passer.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
Robertson drives in. And then Oscar Robertson with the dunk.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Ball's not loose. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. So they foul intentionally. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Columbus.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
Questionable shot selection on that 3. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
And it's George finishing it off.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Poke loose. Pass to Irving. Beyond the arc. And it's Reed pulling it down. Columbus leading by 7. Here's George. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And not sure they've got enough time to save himself.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game, because this one looks a bit out of reach.
Here's O'Neal. Just 4 to shoot. He's out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal.
Like what? Like, what is going on right now?
And so George will bring it up for Columbus. Turner looking around. Wing shot on the way. And Irving pulls it down.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
And so Columbus takes the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work